you guys that were here the last go around in 2017. Any similarities between this year's team and maybe the team you had back then?
I mean, when it comes to similarities, like the wins, no. This team is, I feel like we're so much more together. We're so much more of a team. And I feel like this playoffs, we definitely have a big chance to do something special here in Jacksonville for sure.
What do you remember about the environment when you guys played Buffalo back then?
It was rowdy. It was tough. You already know back in 2017, we were like one of them teams that just talk all the time. But it seems a little bit different for sure. And then there's a lot of different people on the other side as well, too, with Buffalo. Now we got to play against Josh Allen. We already know he's a dynamic threat, and James Cook as well, too, so we got to stop him.
You were on that Buffalo team too, weren't you?
Yes.
So, what do you remember about your experience in Buffalo?
It was cold, very, very cold. I mean, besides that, though, I mean, there's some good guys on the other side. We left amicably, so no bad blood or anything like that. But definitely, when it comes Sunday, we try and do anything and everything we can to get that W.
What is priority with James Cook? Like, how do you slow him down in the run game?
It's really about stopping the O-line. You know, they stay connected. They really open up those holes and just not letting him get to the second level. Once he gets to the second level, he has enough speed, enough wiggle to be able to make anybody miss. So we had to make sure we're doing everything we can up front.
What's Coach McDermott like?
Coach McDermott? Tough. He doesn't take any slack or anything like that. He'll definitely step in if he needs to and coach whatever position. So, I mean, I know that he's definitely getting them right for sure.
No running back has gotten 75 yards or more against you guys all year. What does it take just as a defense to do that week in and week out?
We got to be on one accord each and every week. I mean, we know a couple weeks where, like, Texans, they got out on us. The Jets, they got out on us. There's a couple teams as well, too, and they did a really good job. But because of that, we were able to see what we weren't able to do as good, you know. So we're definitely butting those things up each and every week, and we just got to stay on one accord. That's it.
How important is D-Ham to all that?
He's everything. He's a key piece, you know. Without him, we have no puzzle. You know what I'm saying? He's like that one missing piece, so he's everything for it.
You've played against him and you've been around him just in terms of Josh Allen and what he's been able to do. What did you see from him and what sort of separates maybe him as a quarterback from the rest of the league?
He's a leader. I mean, at the end of the day, he kind of views himself as like Superman. You know, if the team is down, he'll do anything and everything to make a play. If it's fourth down and 10, he'll run the ball if he has to. You know what I'm saying? So he's just one of those game-changing kind of quarterbacks for sure.
Is it a normal week or did playoffs add a little extra juice?
It's juice, but it's an urgency, I would say. In terms of preparation, it feels similar to weeks where, you know, we got to have a weeks all season, I think, the past really like 8 weeks. So kind of feels like that, but just the urgency to get stuff right and bring the right energy to practice. It was good today.
Does having had that feeling for, I guess, like the last 8 weeks help going into this one? Because you kind of been living in that gotta-have-it mode already?
Yeah, just making sure things stay the same. We know what it looks like when we're playing well, so it keeps our routines and stuff. Obviously, game plans are the game plans, but just staying on our details and preparation, not making the moment bigger than it is because it's the moment that we earn, you know? Yeah.
How do you slow down a guy like James Cook?
Really, 11 is 1. It's been the same kind of run defense for us all year. Obviously, he brings his own dynamic style of run game, but, you know, he's very fast, likes to test the edges, can skinny up through holes in the middle so he can run any gap. So it's really like 11 people are on task every play, understanding that when the ball's in his hands, like everybody got to be active.
Do you look forward to a challenge like this, top rushing offense versus top rushing defense?
Yeah, I think in the playoffs, every team is dynamic and every team has its strengths. So you're going to face a good quality team, good quality opponent that does his things well. It's going to be a challenge. Any team that you would face, obviously, they happen to be the #1 ranked defense or run offense. Against our defense, it's not really about the rankings, it's about getting that guy down and coming out with the win.
How do you tackle Josh Allen?
Dang, I was about to get grimy on you. Let me not be sarcastic. You just run to him, and then it's a gang tackling thing. He'll try to pump fake you, stay on the ground, get your hand in his throwing radius, I guess, but really stay on his hip and run. He's a very fast human being as well, obviously with a lot of power, so just tackle him like he's a ball carrier and then do the whole tackling technique when you get there.
Yeah, when he's in the open field as a runner, I mean, is he almost as elusive as running back? Like, he can move like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, with that ball in his hand, then he gets to the open field, and him being a quarterback as well, he knows, you know, his advantages as a quarterback in the open field, so he knows to pump fake, he knows to maybe use that little sideline, cut back when you're slowing down, almost look like he's sliding, keep running. great ball carrier, great football player, good athlete. So you got to be on your P's and Q's while approaching him.
He's got a lot of playoff experience. He's played in 13 games. Does playoff experience matter in general, or is it just who handles the moment better that week?
Yeah, who handles the moment better? I would like to say, obviously, I've been to one playoff, but we did get a playoff win against an opponent at the time who had more playoff appearances. It's about handling the moment. Everybody's going to be put in adversity through a playoff game, sticking together and really sticking to what got you there and letting your standard of football keep showing. It's about executing all the way through the game, and then that team usually comes out on top.
How important has Dawuane Hamilton been for what you guys have done on run defense?
He's great. Obviously a gap plugger on the inside, but his extra effort on screens and outside runs and stuff, like, he's dynamic in the run game. And then I think you really have to double him if you want to stop what he does well, and then that lets us flow over the top or get to the ball a little bit better. But, when he's playing at his best, it's very, very good for our defense.
Hey, one more from me. Antonio Johnson, how much progress have you seen that guy make, over the course of his career to where he's playing at the high level right now?
Yeah, it's a lot of confidence. We have confidence in him, and then he's just growing as a player, as a football player, a professional in this league. And then the trust factor as well. He understands, like, his part in the role in the defense, whether it's dime, whether he's a safety, a nickel. And then, obviously, he's a very good athlete, able to make plays on the ball, having his eyes in the right spot and having the communication right. So keep building trust in that way, and then he is able to trust where he's supposed to be on the field. He's going to flourish.
How different is playoff week for you?
Not any different at all. It's just the same thing. We're going to go out there and play our brand of football and do what we do.
This is an offense that's been just really rolling the last 2 months. So, what is – obviously 16 is a big piece of that, but you getting back's a piece of that. Everybody kind of doing their thing. What stands out the most about when you came back in, how things changed offensively? Or do you look at it that way?
I don't really look at it that way. I just try to be the best version of myself, and whatever that is, I hope that can help the team and help the team succeed. But definitely, I want to say I came back and we beat the Chargers. I came back the game after, so they played a great game offensively that game. I believe we put up 35 points. So it's just about finding the momentum and finding the things that you do well. And I think that, coaches have been putting us in great positions.
And it's a full team effort, too. You're down. Other guys in this room step up and play big in big moments. Offensive line's the same way. Defense has their own way. It tells you about the depth of this team and the ability for anybody to step in.
Yeah, there's a lot of great talent on this team. And I think that's one thing that has helped us be so good this year is that, not only just playing in games, but when we're coming out here in OTAs and we're coming out here in camp, we have good talent at all positions and we have good talent in depth to be able to come out here and you're getting a good look or you're competing the right way and how you should compete. So that just speaks to our coaches and, James and Tony and the things that they've done. So it's been great. You always feel like you're coming out here getting better no matter what.
What kind of fan support you need on Sunday at the bank? Wild card playoff game.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I hope to see the fans all there. I hope to see them loud, when the defense is on the field, when the offense is on the field. Maybe a little bit more quiet, but just bring the energy. We want you guys to be there to support us. We want you guys to be proud of us and what we do. So just show up, be loud.
Last one about the Bills' defense. What stands out when you turn on the tape immediately?
Yeah, I think that they have a lot of good veteran players who have played a lot of good football and have played for a long time. So that's the thing that stands out to me the most is that their guys have, been there before and they've experienced it before. They've been in the type of games and the magnitude of the game. So that's what stands out to me the most is that they're a veteran team and I feel like they're very sound in what they do and they stick to their rules and they're a good team.
Does playoff experience matter, or is it just one game at a time?
I don't think it matters. I think we're in the tournament now. It's a game, and then if you win, you advance. So we just want to go out there and be who we are, and there's nothing else to it. It's obviously an amazing opportunity. It's what you dream of, where you want to be at the end of the season, and I'm just happy to have the opportunity. I'm gonna go be me.
How have you guys been able to kind of maintain that standard even with all the shuffling of all you guys in and out?
I just think having a close-knit group, having people who are willing to meet, outside of football and, still talk football. So I think that's, where we've been able to, gain some traction in that area. Thank you.
Sorry to hop in late.
Okay.
What does playoff experience matter to a player?
I think, yeah, in a sense, but, every game is different. So, yeah, you're going to feel the same emotions, and, it may not be super new to you, but every game's different. Everything's different. So you just got to play that game and, play that play. You can't get caught up in that type of stuff.
From a safety's perspective, if Josh Allen gets loose, what's your approach when he's loose?
Plaster to my coverage, let the D-line work. I mean, that's all you can do. Once people start coming up in coverage thinking they can sack him and then he dumped the ball over your head, that's what he wants you to do. So he's real good at pump faking, and we understand that. So you just got to play disciplined football and let people do their job.
I know you're on the safety spot, but this Jags defense against the run has been fantastic. It takes all 11 to do that. It's the number one rushing offense. What is the number one challenge against this rushing offense for the Bills? What do they do well?
They got big bodies up front. The back does a really good job of staying patient and getting skinny through holes and things like that. So just staying disciplined in our approach, playing with length, playing with knockback, all the things you hear on defense. And we got to, do that consistently, play in and play out.
Well, how would you describe this team, this Jaguars defense especially? What's the level of spice in this room going into the playoffs? Or is there, there's got to be an edge here?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, for sure. We play with an edge all year. I think, we put that on tape, from the safeties, from the corners, from the linebackers and the D-line, the way we come down and hit people. So, I mean, we're doing it in all phases, and that's what we want to put on tape every time we step out there.
My first impression of Josh when I first got here, I was like, he's like an action figure. This big dude. But no, he's a great guy, great leader. He just come in, he work hard. He pushes everybody in his room and outside the room. He challenges everybody. And when you have a leader that can challenge not only his position group, but the players behind him, you're going to get great results.
Now, the other Josh Allen, you got to find a way to stop this week.
No, yeah, we're going to do our thing. We're going to let our front eat. And the back end, we're going to do our thing. And we're going to make more plays than they do. That's just the end of the game.
How do you box a guy like James Cook in?
Man. Chill. You know what I'm saying? Our front seven, they going to do their thing. We're going to play how we've been playing all year round, playing aggressive up front. I take my guys each and every day. They going to do their thing. And like I said, we're going to do ours.
You got another shirt in the works?
We'll see. You
haven't been printing those?
Huh?
Haven't been more requests for those?
Oh, no. I mean, we got something in the works for the defense. Y'all should see come Sunday, for sure.
Back to their Josh Allen. Is it hard playing against a guy like that because the play is never over? Does it feel like the play is never over?
I mean, he does a great job of just, extending the play, making plays with his legs. And, we're kind of the same as, when we play the Chiefs. So, we just know, we got a plaster. That it's going to be not the first play, but the second, third play that he make within the first play. You know what I mean? So, just making sure that we plaster and do a good job of just staying connected and land the front, get enough time to get to the quarterback.
I'm sure you've been asked this, but are you ready for the vibe of what this might feel like, this atmosphere?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. They went to the playoffs in 2022, and that was right before I got here. So coming in, that's all I heard about the atmosphere. Duval coming out and supporting us. So I'm excited to see what that's like in a playoff atmosphere. But they've been doing a great job this season, just coming to the games during the regular season. So I'm excited to see how they're gonna top that.
Thanks, man.
For sure.